Okay, so Chris, from Group 3, you've raised this whole question of the salaries, where you will you've joined a finance firm and they're paying you big bucks. You've done a few years in the industry and you're driving a Porsche 911 GT and you're just living the dream. So good on you. 200k they've offered you. Now, the two different deals that you can choose from. This is question 7 of the eText, alright? 200k they've offered you. 200k per year for 5 years. Or 400,000 as a signing bonus and 100,000 a year thereafter. Now, obviously, in nominal terms, the 200,000 is going to equal $1 million, and the 100,000 each year with the 400 up front is only 900,000. So that would seem to be, but that's before we take into account interest and return on that money. So, in answer to your question, Chris, and I'm going to let you guys look at the solutions because the solutions are there and they're provided for you. So this is question 7 in the questions and problems of the eText. So just to be clear, on page 165. So this is the question 7 we're talking about, and the answers are provided for you on Blackboard. So jump on there and you'll be able to see the answers and the calculations. Now, what I'm just going to say on this video quickly though is that you'll calculate all of these cash flows out in present value. Okay, so similarly to in the self-test, question 5.4, there's a couple of different cash flows here that you'll actually calculate, and you actually work them out separately and then add them together at the end. But the important thing is that when we're doing these problems, what we will tend to do, unless the question asks for it, sometimes the question will say, what is the value in the future? It's obviously asking you the future value. But what we tend to want to work out is the present value. And the reason for that is that future value is not as meaningful as present value. If I'm evaluating 2 vehicles and I've got to purchase a new vehicle and I'm working out all the running costs and mileage and so on and so forth, I want to know what the costs are in today's dollars, what it's going to look like in my pocket now. So that's why present value is such a powerful concept, and that is what we would typically use. So instead of, Chris, adding up all of the returns that you'll get by looking at how much interest you'll earn on that money over the 5 years, you would actually discount the future values back to present values and work it all out as a net present value, and you can see that in a Blackboard solutions that's exactly what's been done. From memory, I think it gets the exact same answer. I think you've got the right answer, which is the better option. But the correct way to do this is to use this FV equals PV times 1 plus R to the power of N, and in many cases you will then rearrange that to divide both sides by 1 plus R to the power of N, and you'll get PV equals FV over divided by 1 plus R to the power of N, and you give your present values, and you can do that for all your cash flows, and then you will then be able to add them together for your net present value. So good work, guys. Thanks for all the discussion. I really appreciate it because it adds a lot to the group when we've got people participating on the discussion boards. So thanks to all those who have participated. And I hope that everyone who's been able to read that and access that and experience some of that problem solving has learnt something from it. Definitely encourage you to check up on the solutions on Blackboard, and that I post up in due course. And all the best for this coming week, our second week of time value of money, and our third week of the unit. Hope you're enjoying it so far. All the best.